Hello everyone, and we are live from the Prince of Wales COVID-19 virtual school. I've seen that lots of people have been working really hard already this morning. I've had lots of photos and videos through of people doing the Joe Wicks workout. The team here took part in that as well. Lots of hot and sweaty faces this morning, people working hard, which is wonderful to see, particularly like the kangaroo jumping. Lots of people doing the kangaroo jumping, which was fantastic. Lots of you joined in with our Good Morning Power broadcast this morning. And apparently, because I obviously missed out this morning, but there was a wizard there who was doing some rocking all over the world. A bit of dancing going on this morning across the Prince of Wales Virtual School, which is always good to see. We like a bit of dancing. Thank you so much for joining in. Then we've had a spot of Power Mass. And I've seen lots of photos of people working hard on their Power Mass. Don't forget, if you get stuck with your Power Mass, there's lots of helpful links, both in the slideshow that we send through each day. You can find a link through to the textbook, which should give you some further information. In addition to that, if you go to the virtual school website, all you need to do to get to that is go to www.princeofwales.dorset.sch.uk, click on that virtual school button, and then it takes you through to our microsite. And in the microsite, you'll find a link through to subject resources at the top. And there's a Power Mass folder there full of helpful resources to get you going if you get stuck. Remember, children, to use that 3 before me, to use our brain, our buddy, and our boss. So in this case, your brain, you all know what that is, and I'm sure they're working hard already. Your buddy can be your parent or your sibling that's helping you, and the boss, well, we're here. You can drop us an email, you can phone into school if you need help with your maths, or even this morning I've seen a few teachers doing some video calls, and that's completely fine. We're here and there to help if you need us. And then I've seen a few people sharing me some pictures of what they've been up to at break time, and then after break we've taken part in that fabulous literacy challenge, which had a bit of a book theme today, which is quite relevant because of our next guest on the assembly time today, which we're going to say hello to in a moment after I said hello to a few comments. Who's watching us this morning? We've got Jessica and Joshua joining us. Hello, Jessica and Joshua. Thank you for joining us. Tilly and Tabitha are watching us. Hi, guys. Thank you so much for joining in. And let's say hello now and good morning to our guest today, who is a great friend of the school, a long-term friend of the school for a very long period of time. And that's Rowan Seymour. Good morning, Rowan.
Good morning, Gary. How are you? Good morning, Prince of Wales School. Very nice to see you. Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Rowan.
That's all right. It's a pleasure. Yeah, I'm looking forward to chatting to you, Mr Spracklen.
Rowan, how long have you had a connection to the Prince of Wales School for?
Oh, gosh, I think about 10 or 11 years, I think, because I was in transition from Prince of Wales School from year 4 to Dorchester Middle School for about 9 years. And then since then, actually it's longer than that, since then I've joined the Dorset Reading Partnership. And I'm now a Dorset Reading Partner. So I come in and work with or listen and play and do lots of book-related activities with 4 children in year 3. So especially I want to say a special hello this morning to Florence, Mia, Charlie and Harry. I'm really missing you guys, but I really hope you're still looking at some books and playing crosswords and doing some hangman with your families as well. And I look forward to seeing you when we're all back again. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you, Rowan. And Rowan, I understand you've got a bit of a background with books, haven't you? Do you want to tell us all about it?
Yeah, I have actually. Well, when I was growing up, I worked in a children's bookshop for a very long time. And then I went off to college and did a bit of work. I did a course in publishing. But then I was really lucky. I worked for Jonathan Cape Publishers in London as a designer. And I worked with some cracking authors and some cracking illustrators. And I've got some of my books that I've worked with here. So I worked with John Birmingham. And this is one of the books I made. It's a book called Grandpa. I worked with Quentin Blake, who people will know as an illustrator, and this is really quite exciting because this is the book, this is the story of the dancing frog, and that's how it came out when it was published. But in fact, very few people have it like this. The cover was red to start off with, but we didn't like the red, so we changed it to this. So I worked with Quentin Blake on that. I worked with Roald Dahl and Quentin Blake on The Giraffe, the Pelly and Me, and also The Witches, actually, which I really enjoyed. I couldn't find my copy of The Witches at home. So I love children's books, and children's books have been a huge part of my life for a very long time. So, and I love reading, so I'm always reading. I was when as a child I was always ticked off for reading under the bed covers. But no, I think it's a great way to escape and a great way to discover other worlds and things. So I would encourage everybody to read anything you can, because you can read recipe books, you can read magazines, you can read computer game instructions, you can read books, you can read whatever, and it's brilliant. It's a great way to escape. Yeah, really good, really good. So yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, and we've got a few people that are watching us live this morning. We're just going to say hello to them. We're going to say good morning to Oscar. Hi, Oscar.
Hi, Oscar.
Good morning to the Archer family.
Hello, Archers.
Good morning to Grace, who's watching.
Hello, Grace.
Who else have we got? We've got the Stentiford watching.
Hello, Stentiford family.
Andreas and Anna.
Andreas and Anna. Hello, Anna.
And one of those people that you mentioned earlier on, Florence, is watching.
Oh, hi, Flo. I'm really missing seeing you. I hope you're having a good time at home.
Fantastic. Good morning, Arlo, and good morning,
Arlo.
George.
Yeah.
Good morning to Lily. Lots of people saying hello to you this morning. What we'd really like in the comment box is if anyone's got a question for Rowan, maybe about books or about the role that she has, we'd love to see those questions pop up in a second. We're also going to say hello to Alfie and Flynn. Hi, Alfie and Flynn. Good morning from Holly Baker. Hello, Holly.
That's fantastic.
Good morning to Matthew, who's watching. Lots and lots of people watching. Good morning.
Hi, Matthew.
Howell, Mrs.
Hello, Mrs. Howell. I hope Mrs. Howell is still baking good cakes.
Well, we to be honest, the supply has dried up a little.
Mrs. Howell, you're going to have to get baking again.
I'm sure Mrs. Howell will be on it. Always cooking fantastic books. Here's a great question from Andreas Rowan. Andreas says, what is your favourite book?
Oh, do you know, I knew somebody was going to ask me that question. I think I'm going to say The Wind in the Willows. The Wind in the Willows by Kenneth Graham, which is a lovely book. Yeah, really good book. What's your favourite book, Andreas?
Oh, good question. Andreas, you can reply to that question through the comments, and that'd be wonderful to see. We've got someone asking, who was the nicest author you worked with?
Oh, who is the nicest author? Oh, I think John Birmingham, who did this, and you might know, I'm just trying to say Mr. Gumpy and Mr. Gumpy's Outing and Oi, Get Off My Train. He was a really funny man and a great illustrator. So yeah, he writes and illustrates his own books. So I think John Birmingham is probably my favourite. Yeah, definitely.
Oh,
yeah.
Ask, how many books do you read a week?
Oh gosh. Probably one sort of fiction book, one smaller book, but then I do look at my children's books as well, or my picture books as well. So I don't know, say 3 books a week, something like that. Yeah.
And Rowan, could you tell us a little bit something about Dorset Reading Partners? What is Dorset Reading Partners for those people that don't know?
Say that again. Sorry, what is
Dorset Reading Partners for those that don't know?
Reading Partnership. Oh, sorry, the Dorset Reading. Well, the Dorset Reading Partnership, if you don't know about that, is it's a volunteer service, and we are trained really well by a fantastic team, Bonnie and Juliet, and and we come into school. So I come into school one afternoon with my box of books, and I see 4 children regularly throughout the whole year, and the whole ethos of it is to develop a love and a passion for reading. So it's not about, can you read this really, really well? It's about being excited by books and being excited by words and just really wanting to read for pleasure, for absolute pleasure. So we do all sorts of things. I play with a puppet quite a lot. I'm sure the children that I've worked with will know that one of my favourite books actually is Burglar Bill by the Albergs. And I have a little set of finger puppets. We use the finger puppets for Burglar Bill. And sometimes we play being Burglar Bill in the little room by going around with a torch and choosing things that we'd like to put in our sack. So all year round we play games. I see them regularly. We read, we do hangman, and we chat. And then at the end of the year, we list all the books. And sometimes it's poetry and all sorts of things. And sometimes I read to the children, they read to me. It's a whole mixture of things. And at the end of the year, every child that I've read with and spent time with gets a complete list of all the books that they've read that year, and it's fantastic. It's a great way to build relationships with 4 very specific young people, but also for them to really explore and really start to enjoy books and reading. Yeah, it's great. I love it. Yeah.
And it's something that we are really thankful for the team there. So thank you very much. A question from Florence: did you ever work with Chris Riddle?
No, I didn't actually. No, and I think he's published by Walker Books, which was a different publishing company from the company that I work with. No, I didn't. But he's a person I'd like to have worked with, but no, I didn't. What a shame.
Somebody asked, how is Mabel, your dog?
Mabel is very well, thank you. She's we're playing ball in the garden quite a lot, because obviously she's only allowed out for 1 walk a day, but she's doing very well, thank you very much. Yes, we'll be up on Maiden Castle later this evening. Yeah.
The Double say hello from the Double.
Hello,
and
Double
Andreas
family.
has responded to your question. Andreas was asked who's his favourite author, and Andreas says Roald Dahl is still his favourite author, but he also likes Charles Dickens.
Good. Yes, excellent. Yeah, I did a very nice collection of short pieces of Charles Dickens quite a while ago. Yeah, but Roald Dahl is a great person to work with. How old were you when you started? I was about 22, I think. Yes, 22, 23. And I worked in London, so I worked. I was very lucky. I worked in Bedford Square, which was a very beautiful part of London to work in. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Indy Rose asked, Indy Rose would like to know, have you written a book yourself?
No, I haven't. No. I think maybe I should try. I would like to design a book. So maybe, Indy, you could write the book and I could design it for you. And there's a thought. Yeah.
We've got someone from preschool saying hello.
Yeah.
Someone saying hello from preschool and saying their favourite story is The Snail and the Whale.
Yes. Yes. And that's the same author as Stickman, isn't it? Yeah. That's a great book. Yeah. Very good book.
Rowan, I know that you do lots of other things as well as Dorset Reading Partners. Do you want to tell us any of the other kind of volunteer work that you're involved in? Because I know you're involved with Dorchester Arts, is that right? And the community play and things like that?
Community play, yes, I am. I'm currently chair of Dorchester Community Plays Association. So loads and loads and loads of work has been put into putting on Spinning the Moon. I've got my poster here. You can just about see it. I should think Spinning the Moon. Sadly, we've had to postpone that for a year. But what is fantastic is this is a play that will be put on at Thomas Hardy School, and we have 140 people in the cast. So it's amazing, and it's a wonderful coming together of so many people. It's absolutely fantastic. So children from, I think, 6. We've got a couple of ex-Prince of Wales pupils, in fact. I'm just trying to think of their names, but I can't think off the top of my head. So children all the way through to adults in their 70s. We're looking forward to putting that on next year. And we've had a costume department running, and I think 95% of the costumes are made. So we'll be in a very good position to pick it up again next year.
Amazing.
I'm so excited about that. So keep watching the space, keep watching us, keep following us on Facebook, and see what happens when we get nearer the time, because that's really important. And I'm very passionate about that, because that's about community. It's about drawing all sorts of people together, all ages. Anybody can take part. You don't have to be an actor to take part. You just take part, and it's tremendous, just fantastic fun. Actually, the whole of the Trevorrow family, some of you will know Mrs. Trevorrow for coming in and doing music with you and singing in the school. Well, the whole of the Trevorrow family are taking part, and it's been great fun, really good fun. So that's one thing I'm involved with. I'm also involved with Dorset Mind, and I run with 2 other people. I'm one of the facilitators for a group on a Tuesday morning. Normally, it's an 8-week block of sessions for youngsters that are struggling to be in school, particularly middle school age children. That's called Connected Minds, and that's been really tremendous. So we hope to get that back up and running, when the time is right again. We've just finished an 8-week block of 2.5 hours. That's been really, really brilliant as well. So yeah, lots of things on.
Big thank you for all that you do in our community, Rowan. You are fantastic. We've got a few more questions here. We've got, do you remember Mabel from DMS?
Yes,
Someone's
I
asking.
do. Yes, I do remember Mabel, very particularly Mabel, because my dog's called Mabel. So not that, you know, you look alike or anything, but I definitely remember you, Mabel. So very nice to say hello to you too. Yes.
We've got Arthur and Henry says, what's better, working with authors or visiting the children at the Prince of Wales School?
I think it has to be the children at Prince of Wales School, actually, because I love, well, I don't know, yeah, it's a good answer. No, I like being sociable. I like chatting to people, and I like talking about books. So yeah, it's got to be the children at Prince of Wales School.
Someone else is asking, how many people read to you? I know that you read with other children each week as well, or is it just the 4 here?
I know just the children at your school, but I do like being read to, actually. So yeah, I do like listening to stories being read to me. So and sometimes my husband and I read to each other, so that's good. Yeah. Do I have any other hobbies?
Lucas says, do you have any other hobbies?
Do I have any other hobbies? Well, acting, yeah. So I'm going to be in the play as well as being behind the organisation of it. And I also like sewing and walking. Yeah. So yeah, and yoga. In fact, in a while, I'm going to be doing an hour's yoga class online, which is great. So yeah.
Oh, fantastic!
Yeah.
Oh, well done. Dee Rose says that she accepts your challenge of writing the book. So well done. Well, you'll be hearing from India, I reckon.
What would be fantastic would be for those children that are at home now, if they all wrote their stories, what we could do is we could actually produce a book of stories and pictures that have been written by children during this whole time. That would be an amazing thing to do. And we could publish it online. You know, you can produce these things.
Really like that. Yeah.
I'm
going to build that into one of our PM. Absolutely fantastic.
You know, imagine the Prince of Wales storybook from this
Definitely
time would be a wonderful collection, and I'm up for designing it. So there you go. Yeah.
We've got a few other comments here. Someone's read. I think that's a tough question.
I don't know. I don't think I could count, you know, because I'll let you into a secret. When I worked in a children's bookshop when I was from about the age of 12, I used to get 25p an hour for working in the bookshop. And I often used to read under the desk. So I don't know. I've read hundreds, thousands of books, I think, probably. Yeah, thousands and thousands. Yeah.
We've got some more messages popping up on the screen here. Someone's saying their favourite book is Bumble Bear. Mrs. Scott says hello.
Yeah.
Rowan.
Hello, Mrs. Scott. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Oh, nice hat, Mr. Spracklen. Yeah, very nice hat.
Someone said, in the books that you've got there, do you have a favourite page that you worked on, maybe?
Ooh, in the books that I've got here. I don't know, you know. No, I don't think I have, actually. No, I think, no, I don't, I'm afraid.
Flynn's saying his favourite books are Roald Dahl books, and you've worked on Roald Dahl books, so that's really.
I have worked on Roald Dahl books.
And someone asks, who inspires you?
Who inspired me? Well, I have to say, I think it was the bookshop where I worked. The couple, it was a very small bookshop run by a family, and I loved working there, and I loved going to the library and things as well. So I think that inspired me, definitely. Their names were Alan and Joan Tucker. So yeah. Have I got a favourite place to read? Yes, I have. I think curled up on the settee downstairs with the sun coming in the window. Definitely, yeah.
Fantastic. Guys, thank you so much for joining our broadcast today. Can we say a massive thank you to Rowan? Thank you, Rowan.
Thank you very much.
It's been absolutely wonderful to see.
Brilliant.
And hear from you. And everyone will be back at 4 o'clock for today at Power. We're looking forward to seeing all the fantastic work you do this afternoon in Power Mass and our PM challenge. We've also got Mr. Treble's challenge coming up this afternoon. Mr. Treble's been doing a daily video, Rowan, for the children.
Where brilliant. He's been setting them good. Yeah.
Today is all about points of balance. So as you go off and do your yoga, you can think about Mr. Treble doing all his super work as well.
I'll give him a message later. Yeah. Okay.
Goodbye, everyone.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.